Hey Sagittarius, this is a random specific tarot reading. Whew. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. I feel like you're in separation from your twin flame union, or your soulmate, or this could have even been a past life thing. Like, what came between you two? But it's not a what, it's a who, and there's a bunch of them here. So if you are trying to connect to a soulmate, or you have a connection with someone and they started being cruel to you or abusive or left you with nothing, like I'm getting someone who has children maybe with someone. So this could be your child's father. And not only did they leave you high and dry, not only did they kind of drop out of your life, it's like they wedded you, they bedded you, they got you pregnant, and then they were out of there. And it's almost like they wouldn't even give you child support. Like they left you with nothing. They left you in the gutter. Like I feel like they left you to have the child alone, and they left you to raise the children alone. But they're pretending to be married to you. There was a marriage there. Or they were promising that and breadcrumbing you, and it never happened, but then children came. This might have happened in a past life. Like you might, if you feel like this is what this is, you might be meeting someone who you are prevented from being with in a past life, or you're living this right now. You're literally living this right now, and you're wondering what's going on with your mate, your baby's father. Why so cruel? Why so unkind? Why all the lies? Like treating you like an outcast, literally leaving you out in the cold. If it's not on the street, it might as well be out in the cold with information with what's going on with them. Why won't they help you? Why won't they give you money for the kids? I'm kind of flabbergasted looking at this. So if this was in the past and you two are meant to be together, this is your soulmate, you'll come together. But there's lies, manipulation. I got the moon twice. Where they are right now with it is like regretting having children because of what's been in their ear, who the influence is. This is like a full-on conspiracy. I don't know. It's like the kid. I have every king here, but no emperor. It's like lower kings coming together to keep the emperor and the empress apart so they can stay in power when it's not theirs to have and it's not theirs to tamper with, but it happened all the same. So if you're wondering who's in your mate's ear or what they're listening to or why they're so cruel, why they abandoned you, why they did that to you, they're so messed up. They're so confused. Whoever you're dealing with, they don't know who to trust, who to believe. They are some part of a really backwards caveman sort of patriarchal society or religion where they've gone backwards, not forwards. You know, they're living in the 2000 BC when it comes to how they view women in general. I don't know if this person got caught up in like one of those wicked demonic male chauvinistic online cults. We don't need to name any names and give them any press, but we know who we're talking about, yeah? If that's not it, this is going back to a past life, and it's you two met, you fell in love, and then all of a sudden they started treating you like garbage. Or as soon as the baby came, they were nowhere to be found. And you had to do everything yourself, or you're doing everything yourself as a single mom. So if you're like, do they regret meeting me? It's like, yes, but not because of their heart. It's because of a lot of lies and manipulation, a legitimate conspiracy of people in very high position came together to keep you two apart, and they got into their head. It's like they were setting you up for something that had nothing to do with you, because they know that you two are some sort of a dynamic duo. Or you're not an unstoppable force when you come together. Or you could have been. Or your royalty, their royalty. So, okay, let's talk about the kings that came between you two. Because I feel like if this was a past life thing, it was like your dad, their dad, chiefdoms came together. Because it benefited them to keep you apart. It benefited them to trick your person into treating you like trash, or lying to them and manipulating them, getting in their head. Okay, so this is interesting. Did I? Yeah. I feel like if you haven't come together, or if there's something was weird and all of a sudden they started being cruel or ghosting you, or they were never there, something's about to happen where karma's about to kick them in the butt. And they're not going to be able to lie about it. Like if they went along with this because they didn't want to help you with money, like if they were so caught up in some delusional story that they were telling themselves so that it was okay to be abusive to you, they're going to have to face that. They're going to have to face it publicly. And all of these people that came together to lie about you, or to create havoc for your life, or leave you and your children with nothing, this is coming out. This is going to be revealed publicly, and you're going to get restitution. Who are we talking about here? So, the first king. King of Swords. And this is all ill-dignified, because we're talking about who came together in positions of power to hurt your children, or keep your children from being in a position of power, in the seat of power. You know, if your children, if you two coming together creates powerful kings and queens themselves, then they want to make sure that never happens so they can remain the inferior leader. So there's a natural order here that's been disregarded. An insanity and a maliciousness here. But at the original core of it all, there was love between you and this person. So if you're like, was I crazy? No, you're not. It's that... Okay, so the first... Air sign, if you know their astrology, this would be a person of power who is like a corrupt lawyer or a corrupt judge. This is someone who will forge paperwork. This is someone who knows how to manipulate the court system, the justice system. They are unjust. If we're just talking about fathers here, and this is going back to like an old religious, we choose who you marry, women are fodder, women are chess pieces, you know, to be used and then discarded sort of mentality. Oh, God. This is my way, it's my way or the highway. tyrannical, unkind, uncaring. You do as I say, not as I do. Just brittle, unkind. Really, I'm getting kind of a disgusting sense of humor. Okay, like a disgusting sense of humor. And these are all older men. These are old men. These are grown men. Okay, outside of your relationship that you might not even know were coming together to keep you apart. Okay, so that's one. And I'm getting someone with white hair, and they try to like appeal to the younger generation, but no one's buying it, you know. They try to pretend like they're one of the guys or one of the everyman, but they don't quite pull it off because they're so cruel and self-centered and elitist. You know, they're an elitist. I think that all of these kings see themselves as that, as the elite, and there's a disruption to that if y'all come together, okay? King of Wands. So if you know their astrology, this is an older fire sign. So a Leo and a Leo, Sagittarius, an Aries, they could be the mayor. They could be the king, they could be the CEO, they could be the director or the manager. But like this, they don't inspire people to grow and be beautiful. They're not like an inspiring leader. They make people doubt themselves. They make people feel small. It's old patriarchy. You know, they're very lustful. They could be the kind of corrupt sexually. You know, they have scandals with young girls. There are rumors. You know, they're better in their head than they are in real life. Yeah, whatever this conspiracy was, it brought them happiness. They were happy to do it. They all came together and they were very, very proud of themselves. Very, very proud of getting away with it. So they think. King of Pentacles, the other one. Like, I'm not kidding. Okay. So this is someone who's very touchy-feely. I feel like everything's mine. This is mine, that's mine. If I see it, it's mine. They're greedy. They're territorial. Like, they're very grabby. Like, I'm getting this is very grabby. Like, they're the king in their own head. The big guy in the big house. And they're the one that's going to try and sleep with the maid and sleep with the babysitter. And, you know, if you're my employee or mine. It's a really disgusting old kind of slave mentality, emperor mentality. I see them as big, like actually big and stocky. Like they feel like a king needs to be fat or big, and everyone else can be skinny, but they're gonna look well fed. Like their kids could be skinny and starving, and they're gonna be well fed. So this could be like the father of your children. And that was the kind of man that they were raised with, where I'm the dad and I eat first, and if there's any left, you can eat too. It's not a loving father if that was their father. There's a restriction there. And then the King of Cups. So that would be, if you know their sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And that could be another father involved. They blame everything on you. No matter what they did, they blame everything on you. So this is a very manipulative narcissist. If you don't know their sign, they pretend to be Christian or something, but they're not. They're not like they're religious, but they're not spiritual. They have no compassion. They might claim to be Christian, but they have no compassion. It's the kind of person that would scream at Jesus to give me Jesus, give me this, give me that. And not ever once question, what can I do for Jesus? What can I do for God? You know, the sort of spirituality where you can actually, claim to be a Christian. Where it's not about what I can get, what Jesus does for me, what can you do for Jesus? There's none of that there. So this person could be a preacher. They could be a corrupt pastor, preacher, church leader, youth leader. They say inappropriate things that make people feel bad about what they love. It's like, this is the kind of person that instead of letting people have fun, anything that brings you joy, they will tell you why that's not okay. They will tell you why you're wrong for that. They'll tell you why you're going to hell for that. Why Jesus doesn't love you anymore. And it's all a manipulation here too. They're very overbearing. If that's apparent on any side, they're very overbearing. So it's almost like there's a control there. If y'all were to run off into the sunset and start your own dynasty together, or whatever that means to you, then they don't have that control over you, and you're that moneymaker or something. You're that. So you're both being used by different sides here, and those sides that you might not have even knew each other or ever talked, were conspiring together to keep you two apart. To cause confusion, to cause chaos. Leaving you both sad, leaving you both in regret, leaving you both wondering, what happened and why aren't we together and how did it end up like this? Has it really come to this? Where you are alone with these children that they're telling everyone that they never loved you or something, or they never cared about you, or they never wanted these children, or that you're lying about them being the father. Those aren't my kids. Something's about to happen where that's proven wrong. And they're going to realize that they were lied to by these patriarchs in their own life that they trusted with their lives. These could be big brothers. These could be those that they trusted to guide them, that they paid to guide them, or that they should, by every means necessary, empower this person to find their true love. And they did the exact opposite. They didn't bring peace and understanding. They brought lies, delusion, manipulation. And that left you alone. But something's going to happen. A message is coming in. Change is happening. And a potential adventure for you to come together with this person. If it's the father of your child and you haven't been able to get a dime out of them, something's changing. The tides are changing. Their own mind is shaking them up. Their guardian angels are saying, wake up, wake up. What are you doing? Stop, listen, pay attention. This is someone who would be like a millionaire and not give you money. This is someone who's doing very well, and they have abandoned you and your children. They have abandoned you, or the life that they promised you, or the life that they started to give you and then pulled back from and started being abusive. And they were told to only focus on their happiness, but it's starting to wear on them. It's starting to wear on them. So I think they took part in hurting you or disgracing you or leaving you out in the cold. So they weren't just like an innocent bystander here. They might have been at first. What did they do? What did they do? Yeah. They broke your heart on purpose. They wanted to break your heart. They wanted you to know that you couldn't rely on them. They wanted you to know that they didn't love you. They wanted you to know that they would never love your children. This is disgusting. Why? But do they? Did they? Could they? I mean, whether they love your children or not, they need to pay child support. But how do they feel? Oh, boy. You're the one. They know that. They know they wrecked it. They know it. They know you're the one now. They have everything they've ever wanted, and it's not enough. Everything that they were told to betray you for, everything they were told to abandon, betray, it's now staring them in the face, and they hate themselves. They know you're the one. They know you're the mother of their child. They're lying when they tell people that those aren't their kids. They know they're lying. It's like they went along with this story so they wouldn't be in trouble, like by their dad or by the fraternity they belong to, but they outrank every single one of those kings here. Temperance twice. They're seeing the light. Finally, it's like the truth is coming out. If you were like praying or wondering or throwing it out to the universe, will they ever figure it out? Will they ever see the truth? Yes. Will we ever make peace? Yes. Will they ever try to make it right? Yes. Yes, they will. It's becoming painfully obvious to this person that they chose the wrong side. That you are not their enemy. Why did they think you were? I mean, besides the conspiracy? Lies. Lies, 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 lies. Got you caught up. And there will be justice. There will be public recognition. Public recognition. Everything hidden will be revealed. It all comes out in the wash. So there was a lot this person didn't know about their side. And there was a lot that you didn't know, maybe too, about your side. So will you two be able to come together? At least a parent? Yeah, okay. Okay. There is a happy ending here for you two. And for your kids. Is it because the courts make it so? It's that. But they're going to go along with it. They see you as their true love now. They see you as the one that was always their true love. They see you as the one that never lied to them and that really was the only one who ever unconditionally loved and supported them. But they had to get to a really dark place. And unfortunately, who suffered? The babies and you. Let's not forget how much you have suffered here. And you don't see this a lot in tarot readings. But it's like they are seeing the light. They want to be the king to your queen. They see themselves now in that position of power. They realize why all these people came together to lie about you and to lie to them and to keep you apart and to keep this union from happening. But here it is all the same. Here it is. A god and a goddess coming together, where there was all these lesser demigods, ankle biters, who may have had a position of authority as patriarchs in that story. And if this was a past life, nothing will keep you apart. Nothing. So don't give up hope for the happy ending that your heart is telling you is there somewhere. Today, tomorrow, next week. Okay. So this person has a real rough 6 months ahead of them. This is them facing their karma. This is them paying for their karma. This is them facing everyone in their life who lied to them about you. And they're going to be in denial at first. They're going to realize that they chose the wrong chapter in the Choose Your Own Adventure book that is their love life. And they will be left alone and afraid and anxious and feeling haunted. Only sleeping in bits and pieces between the nightmares. And the light at the end of the tunnel they're going to realize is their own heart. And that's where they want to dwell. And it will start fresh with them. It will be innocent. It will be like a new them. Like they're being reborn. Yeah, what goes down must come up again. Whatever happens with this person, whether you decide to ever take them back as a mate or a friend, you will get yours in court. Fortune and justice, they are on your side. And there will be a lot that was wrong that will be made right. So look forward to that. If you feel like you're in the eye of the storm right now, and you don't know how you're going to feed your children next month, know that you're being guided and watched and protected and loved. You will be deposited safely on the shore with your children. And if you don't have children yet, and this is all a past life, know that there was everything done to keep you apart, and it still wasn't enough. This is fate. This is freedom. This is fortune. And it looks like the ball's in your court. When they go through this very difficult period in the next 6 months, they will come back humble and peaceful and wanting to reconcile without any manipulation. But to say there was lies and confusion and deception is kind of putting it mildly. So keep your chin up. You make the ends meet. You rely on yourself, on your backbone, on your strength, and if you have to, on the kindness of others, until this person snaps back into reality and sees things for what they are. But that might be at the other end of some really difficult karmic lessons there. They will see the truth. They're going to be forced to face it and to look at themselves in the mirror and to admit what they did to you, what they allowed themselves to be a part of, and how they could have seen the truth if they were paying attention, if they didn't let their dark side take over, if they didn't act too soon. They did. They acted too soon. They leapt before they looked when it came to being a part of this, treating you and yours like you were nothing, when in reality you are the Empress, and they know it. And there is no other Empress. There is no other. And if you'll never take them back and that's never happening, good for you. Remember, stay in control. The ball is in your court. But if they want to show up and be that father out of nowhere and you can see them and they are sincere and they are crying, accept that apology. But make sure that they pay their due, that they admit it, that they go to court, that they do the right thing. I don't think they're quite here yet. They're not quite there yet. But it's being forced upon them. They won't be able to move. They will be immobilized until they take a cold, hard look at their own self, what they did, what they said, and how they treated you. Bottom line here. It's going to come to them suddenly. Suddenly. Like, oh my God, my baby mama is my dream woman. My soulmate. Like all of a sudden they see you walking by and it hits them or something. Or they see a picture of you and you're like, that's her. That's mine. It might be instant. Like a light bulb moment for real. That you're the main character in their story. You're not a walk-on. You're the mate. You're the goddess to their god. All right, I'm going to leave it there, Sagittarius. This is a long, hard road out of hell for this person, but they're clawing their way out. And the light at the end of that tunnel is you being reimbursed for all the hard work you had to do by yourself when they could have helped you and they didn't. Justice will be done. Dignity will be restored. And the truth will be told. So look forward to that. Oh, this is way longer than a mini. All right, Sagittarius, I hope you had patience for this whole thing. I'm going to leave it there. Love you guys, and I'll see you for the next one.